Hey YouTube, it's Harv Creates, and today we're going to be reading Genesis. I often don't read the Bible, and it's not because, I don't want to read it. It's just because, I guess you could say I get bored of reading it, and I know that sounds bad, but I just get bored, and I'm ADHD, and I just can't stand I can't stand in the same spot for so long, right? But there was just something in my heart today that was telling me to read it, so I'm gonna start reading it. Okay, there was a weird noise. But I'm gonna start reading it. I think someone's in my house. But I'm gonna start reading it every single day, or I'm gonna try to at least read it every single day from now on. And yeah, just we'll do some Bible studies together. And yeah, here it says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. And God said, "Let there be a vault between the waters to separate water from water." So God made the vault and separated the water under the vault. God called the vault sky. And there was evening, there was morning, the second day. And God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered to one place, and let dry ground appear." It was so. God called the dry ground land, and the gathered waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, "Let the land produce vegetation, seed, bearing plants, and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it." Kind of struggled right there reading that, but to me, it just seems like, God created all these things, all these creatures, and he created such a beautiful thing, and truly, it just has me thinking, of all the beautiful things that God has, created and, put in this world and provided for us, And I feel like we take it for granted. I feel like we really take it for granted, with all, the nice things we have, all this land, everything, the horses, the cows, everything, we take it for granted, and I think we should appreciate that a bit more. But let's continue to keep reading this. God commanded the man, "You are free to eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. For when you eat from it, it will certainly die." It is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper suitable for him. Now the Lord God has formed out of the ground all the wild animals and all the birds. She shall be called woman, for she was taken out of man. That is why a man leaves his father and mother and is united to his wife, and they become one flesh. Adam, his wife, were both naked, and they felt no shame. So I was doing some research here on this whole thing because I knew about the whole story, Growing up as a kid, my mom always talked about it. But here it also says Adam felt like they belonged together, because Eve was a part of Adam, right? That came from his bones, his ribs, that was always a part of him, And he instantly felt a connection as soon as he met her for the first time, and it says here that it reflects the idea that marriage is a union of two people becoming one, right? Two people becoming one. And here, if I'm not mistaken, it says that Adam saw her unclothed, right? And he didn't really know what to expect, because it's a very powerful thing, when you see the opposite gendered, unclothed. That's a very special thing. And, and from what it sounds like in here, it's you shouldn't just see anyone unclothed, because it's a very powerful thing, it's a very special thing, and that should only be for someone that you care about. And same thing with sleeping with random people, right? You shouldn't be having have sex with anyone that's not your significant other, or you know if that's not someone that you're married to, if you know what I'm saying. Did God really say, "You must not eat from any tree in the garden"? The woman said to the serpent, "We may eat fruit from the trees in the garden, but God did say, 'You must not eat fruit from the tree that is in the middle of the garden, and you must not touch it, or you will die.' You will not certainly die." Serpent said to the woman, "For God knows that when you eat from it, your eyes will be open, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." When the woman saw that the fruit of the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eye, and also desirable for gaining wisdom, she took some and ate it. She also gave some to her husband who was with her, and he ate it. Then the eyes of both of them were open, and they realized they were naked. Then the man and his wife heard the sound of the Lord God as he was walking in the garden in the cool of the day, and they hid from the Lord God among the trees of the garden. But the Lord God called to the man, "Where are you?" He answered, "I heard you in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, so I hid." And he said, "Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree that I commanded you not to eat from?" The man said, "The woman you put here with me, she gave me some fruit from the tree, and I ate it." Then the Lord God said to the woman, "What is this you have done?" The woman said, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate it." A lot of us, majority of us, we know that Adam and Eve, they're the reasons why, death is even a thing. I can't be mistaken. So correct me on that if I'm wrong. But they're the reason why, because they ate that fruit that God told them not to eat, right? Cool. But what I didn't know actually was that also because of that, well, and because of that, that's why, we have to go through birth and all of that stuff. And that's why it's so painful for females to go through that due to this situation. Adam and Eve had another kid, right? Cain. I think that's how you pronounce it, Cain, right? And the Lord was asking him, he had a bit of a temper. And the Lord was asking him, "Why are you angry?" And he said, "If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crunching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it." Now Cain said to his brother Abel, "Let's go out to the field." While they were in the field, Cain attacked his brother Abel and killed him. To be honest with you, I did not know that. Attacked his brother and killed him. Then the Lord said to Cain, "Where is your brother Abel?" "I don't know," he replied. "Am I my brother's keeper?" This right here just tells me, no matter what you do in life, obviously Cain, that's terrible. What he did was terrible. It was pure evil. But, the Lord You know, it says that the Lord put a mark on his hand so that way nobody wouldn't take his life, you know. And it really tells me, it really tells me that the Lord is giving everyone second chances, you know, no matter what you do, no matter what you do wrong. And if you feel like it's the end of the world, you know, he's always willing to give you multiple chances to do it. As long as you do right, you know, when you get that chance, as long as you do right by it, he's going to continue to keep giving you chances over chances over chances over chances. You know, that's what it seems like here.